Yeah, 5.2. Whoa, field trip to Newble's house. Here we go. Welcome to my house. What the? Yeah, look at all the green trees and bushes. I mean, my house is pretty nice, but it's not this teeny. So my wife likes to collect these little miniature homes. And so if you've ever seen these before, they're actually really detailed, right? They're really detailed with the bushes and the roof. Yeah, so it's called Lilliput. And so it's like a British kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so you should look for those online. They're really neat. It'd be a nice gift for your mom or dad. Yeah, Christmas is coming up. So 5.2. So do you still remember how to do synthetic division, long division? You need to remember that for the ACTs and maybe Unit 5 tests. Whoa! Definitely Unit 4 and 5 combined. So we use the opposite sign. We use a +2. Upside down house. And then invisible 1. -6, 13. Whoa, pause me. What are you doing? You should be trying this on your own first, remember? And then look at the video and see how you did. Pause me. Do we need any placeholders? Do we need any placeholders? Find all the zeros. Find all the zeros given one of the factors. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So we don't need any placeholders. Pause me. You try it on your own. Pause me. So 2 times 1 is 2. -6 and 4. -6 and 2. We don't subtract. We don't add. We combine. Remember? So that's -4. 2 and -4 is a -8. 13 with the -8 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And then 30, -30 with a 10 is -20. And 2 times -20 is -40. Woo! Got a remainder of 0. Yes, it is a factor. Yes, it is. Yes, it is a factor. Nice. Good. Whoa, this is just subtraction. So you just take 2x squared minus 3, and then you minus x minus 5. Whoa, subtraction. Okay, so then what's the factored form? Well, we got one of the factors they gave us as an x minus 2. And now you have to find the other factors, okay? Do you remember how to find the other factors? Well, it's 1 power less, so 1x to the 3rd power minus 4x squared plus 5x minus 20. And then you draw a line down the middle. And you remember you pull out the what? Pause me. Try it on your own. Pause me. Try it on your own. Yeah, pull out the GCF. I'm running out of blue. So then we get x minus 4. And we already have a minus there, so that's a good thing. What's the GCF? 5x and 20. Do you remember? That's right, we're going to pull out a 5. So when we pull out a 5, we're left with x minus 4. So then our other factor is x minus 4. And our last factor is x squared plus 5 is our last factor. Remember the zeros? We get a 2 and a +4. Change the signs. And then we have to take that one and set it equal to 0. Do you remember how to do that? -5 to the other side. So we get x squared equals -5. And then you have to square root both sides. And so we get an x equals a plus or minus. Oh no, there's negative in the radical. So that becomes an I, right? That becomes an I. So plus or minus I radical 5 or radical 5I, plus or minus. So that's a positive and a negative, right? That's a positive radical 5I and a negative radical 5I. There we go. Number g of x, you plug g into f. So take x plus 5 and plug it in there. Ooh, better pause it. Someone's calling me. Yeah, I got some good positive feedback from a parent for their student getting an A on the test. Woo! Because of the videos. Because she's like, I can't teach them math, but your videos. Wayo, videos. Okay, let's see here. So number 3, the hint that we're going to give you is to pull out the GCF, right? Yeah, don't forget before you start factoring this guy that you want to pull out the GCF. And that's going to make all the difference, right? And so when you do that, pause me. Remember, pause me. Try it on your own first, then push play and see how well you did. That's how you're going to learn, remember? Okay, so we got 4's cancel. We're left with x squared minus 16 divided by 4 is 4x plus 4. Nice. Greater than 0. Ooh, looks like we're going to get a multiplicity going on here. A little bit of multiplicity going on. Because 4 factors into 2 and 2. And then they both need to be negative. Yeah. So we got this guy, which when you set it equal to 0, you have to divide by 4 and square root it. And you end up getting a 0. At 0 it bounces because of the even power. And then x minus 2. There's 2 of them, so which means bounces. So this thing is going to bounce, and it's going to bounce. It's going to bounce at 0, and it's going to bounce at 2. Well, what's the end behavior then? Up, up, even. Don't forget how to do this. Don't forget how to do these. So it's going to go ahead and bounce and bounce. Yeah, Weber High Warrior, bounce, bounce. So it's going to bounce on both of them. And so we want all of them that are greater than 0. Wow. So you're going to have to skip is the problem because there's holes there. So, but otherwise, everything that's greater than 0 is here to here and here to here. So that would be negative infinity to 0, and union with 0 to 2, and union with, pause me. Hopefully you got this one on your own. 2 to infinity. Nice. Okay, so don't forget to do cube roots. Woo! So do you remember how to do the cube root? It's the math button, and it's option 4, cube root. So the cube root of negative 27 should just be negative 3. Yep, so this is a negative 3. Negative 3, so there's a triplets of negative 3 that comes out. Yeah. And then how many x's do we have there? We got 2 pairs of them because we have 6 of them total. So then that's x squared that comes out. And then how many y's do we have? Well, we only have 1 pair that comes out. And so that's just 1. And then we still have cube root of y squared. Nice. Nice, nice. Don't forget to distribute the negative through. Distribute the negative through. Radicals multiply with radicals. Whole numbers multiply with whole numbers. Okay, so then last time we learned this. We learned how to do multiply or divide with our restrictions. So if it's just a number by itself, then it's a restriction of 0. Otherwise, it's the opposite sign. So a negative 1 would be bad. A positive 6 would make it 0 in the bottom. A 2 would make it bad, and a 1 would make it bad. It's multiplication, so we don't have to worry about the top right at all. And so x can't equal a negative 1, a 6, a 2, or a 1. So those are our restrictions. Now that we factored it, it's already factored, listed our restrictions. Now we can just cancel stuff out. So remember, multiplication means that we can cancel stuff out there and there. So the x plus 1s will cancel. The x minus 2s will cancel. And we're just left with x all over 10 times x minus 6 times x minus 1. And we don't have to multiply that all out. We can just leave it in factored form is what they told us. Just leave in factored form. Leave in factored form. So you try number 8 now. You try number 8. So don't forget, you're going to have to do so much factoring. For number 8, so much factoring. So much factoring. Name drop, you wanna remember so much factoring?
Not gonna lie, I don't remember most of it.
There's so much factoring. Okay, let's see here. Then our restrictions come from those factors. Good. Okay, so don't forget to keep, change, flip. For number 9, keep, change, flip. So we get x to the third power, thanks. Y squared all over x squared minus 64. And then division becomes multiplication. And then we flip it, right? Then we flip it. So x plus 8 on the top and x squared y on the bottom. Good. And then what is x squared minus 64? Pause me. What does that factor into? Keep, change, flip. So it factors into x and 8 and 8. Negative and positive, right? Remember, there's no middle term. So x can't equal a positive 8 or a negative 8. Those would both be bad, right? Those would both be bad. Let's see here. Ooh, before we flipped it, we also had a negative 8 there before we flipped it. But that's already given right here, so we're okay. And then this is in the bottom now. So this means that x can't equal 0, right? X can't equal 0 because that gives you 0 in the bottom. So that's another restriction. And also, y can't equal 0 either. Whoa, so many restrictions. You thought your life was restricted. Look at this function. So many restrictions. Nice. Okay, let's see here. So, what else can cancel now? Can anything cancel? Let's see. Well, we got a y that can't equal 0 and an x. Those were our restrictions there. Good. So basically multiplication now, right? Multiplication. So we've got an x and a y. Up here we have 3 x's being multiplied together and 2 y's. So that means, what does that mean? So that means that 2 of the x's, whoa. So 2 of the x's are going to cancel, and 1 of the y's are going to cancel. And then we have an x. It's also going to cancel. Whoa. So we also have an x plus 8. Stop doing that. An x plus, there we go. Okay, so what do we have left on the top? Because a lot of stuff canceled, right? We have an xy on the top, good. We have an x and a y on the top, good. All over. And then we have, what do we have on the bottom? Everything canceled except for the x minus 8. Mr. Newbold, can I cancel those x's? No. That x minus 8 is like a baby and a mama and the subtraction symbols. The baby's in there, umbilical cord. Don't cut the umbilical cord. So yeah, so the x's cannot cancel. You just have to leave it like that, right? Only when you have multiplication on the top and the bottom can those x's cancel. So there we go, we got it. There we go. Okay, so next, something new. Woo! Something red, something blue, red, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Woo! So we have to get a common denominator and then combine the top over the bottom once. But I will show you in my next video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video where we learn something new about adding and subtracting rationals. Wayo! Thanks for watching.